Hello everyone, Ash here, with my first in-depth movie review of Noplien Dyamight. You know, I graduated in June of 2004, and this movie came out in the summer of that year. Thank God I was out of high school after this movie released. People were obsessed with this film. My question is, why? What is good about this film? Why do people think Noplien Dyamight is a funny movie? Some people have said it's the funniest movie of all time. You know what I say? No, it's not. This is one of the worst films of all time, if not the worst. Yes, this is worse than Dragon Ball Evolution, the Star Wars prequels, any Yui Bowl film. This is worse than all of them. I hate this fucking movie. First, there's no story. Second, all the jokes are them trying to do random shit or trying to show something out of place and say it's funny because it's out of place. Fuck you, you can't write. Third, Noplien Dyamight. I'll get to him later. Fourth, nothing happens. Nothing ever happens in this film. It's just them standing there and Noplien Dyamight saying one of his great lines like, idiot, God, sweet, yeah. You know, great lines like that. This movie has no story. Again, you can't write. Fifth, this movie is supposed to be about real life. This isn't even close to what people do in real life. So the film begins with really long, pointless opening credits. It's a bunch of words on food, and it's really stupid. It takes way too long, and they give credit to the whole fucking cast and crew. Save that shit for the end of the film. Then, after that long, pointless opening credits, we see Noplien Dyamight standing there, waiting for a bus. The bus arrives, he gets on, and there are a bunch of 12-year-olds, and he's the only one in high school. Yeah, I can see how this is so true to real life. Hey, dumbass. High schoolers take the bus as well. But the joke is, he's the only high schooler on the bus. It's funny because it's out of place. Fuck you, you can't write. Next, Noplien Dyamight throws a toy out the window, like a 5-year-old, then snaps at a kid for asking a question. So we get to high school, and Noplien Dyamight starts talking about pointless shit, then the scene ends. And then we have some kids making fun of him, but considering the fact that he's talking about how he hunted Wolverine and had to save his cousin when he was in Canada, I'm not surprised. After that, we get to see what type of person Noplien Dyamight is. Hey, brother, father, pick me up from school, now! I can't right now. God! Our main character, Noplien Dyamight, is an asshole! Not just to his father, brother, but to almost everyone. Even his grandma, who is letting him stay at her place. He bitches them out, as well as calls people idiots and snaps at a 12-year-old for asking a question. But after that, Noplien Dyamight meets Pedro. And I hate this little shit even more than Noplien Dyamight. You'll find out why later. So Pedro shows Noplien Dyamight his bike. Noplien Dyamight says, bet we could do some sweet tricks on it, dumbass. And Pedro jumps off a ramp while Noplien Dyamight crashes. Again, it's funny because he fell. Fuck you, you can't write. So, after that pointless scene, we see Noplien Dyamight bitching out his grandma because he has to feed a llama. No, I'm not making that bullshit up. He has to feed a llama. Yet again, it's funny because it's random. After that, Noplien Dyamight and his brother father. Oh, and if you're wondering why I keep calling him brother father, because I have no fucking clue if this is Noplien Dyamit's dad or his brother. It's never explained in the film. So they go to a place where they can learn to fight. And keep in mind, it has nothing to do with the film. It's freaking pointless. After that, they go back home and there's a girl at the door, and she's the only interesting character in this film. In fact, the film should have been about her. But I'll tell you why later. She's selling something about girls' hair, while Noplien Dyamight is just standing there like a dumbass. The brother-father says something mean, and she runs away in tears. Now we know why Noplien Dyamight is an asshole. It runs in his family. The next day at school, Pedro wants to ask one of the popular girls to go to the dance. So he bakes a cake and puts her on her doorstep. The next day, Pedro is not at school, and the girl Pedro asked to the dance gives Noplien Dyamight a note to give to Pedro. It says, "No. I want to be clear on something. All the popular girl does in this film is say no to Pedro in a note. That's it." So next, we see the grandma riding a motorbike in the desert. Again, it's funny because it's out of place. And again, fuck you, you can't write. So Noplien Dyamit's grandma gets injured. Then the uncle comes to town. And yet, he's another pointless character who's an asshole as well.